because they're poor should be denied health care, that no American because they're sick and have a pre-existing condition should be denied health care. So he changed all of the rules, the regulations, and the laws regarding health care. But what he also did is he changed the entire infrastructure of how you get health insurance. It used to be that when you, for example, if the previous system, I moved to the state of Washington, I would just look up companies in Washington that cover you for healthcare. I would have contacted them individually. I would have gotten quotes from each company saying how much they would charge me each month, and I would pick whatever one I felt had the best coverage for the best price, and I would get it, okay? Now, the shortfalls of that old system were that, let's say I had something really bad with me. Let's say I had, okay, for example, let's say my back was even more seriously injured than it is. Let's say that my back was like, I was debilitating, right? I was in a wheelchair. There were certain healthcare companies that would say, well, because you're in a wheelchair, we already know that you're taking tons of medication, you're probably going to have ongoing surgeries, we're not going to cover you, deny. And that's what President Obama, had said that's not right. Just because you're hurt, why would you not get health care? That's insane. It's really because what we allowed to happen is we allowed medical care in the United States to turn into a business instead of a morality kind of thing. They turned it into big business, and big business says, we Street Fighter, listen, it's not 100% out of the question that I would ever go back to Evo, but here's what you have to realize. If I were to go back to Evo now, it's insanely different than if I were to go back to Evo years ago before any of this, because now let's face it, I'm known on YouTube, I'm known on Twitch, I'm known over the internet. There's different people who have different opinions of me, right? And in particular in the fighting game community, there were always a group of people who didn't like me, right? But now there's a group of people that hate me because I made it. Because I'm successful at what I do, because now I moved out to Washington, I've got a nice big house, there are people that hate my fucking guts for it. So now if I'm going to make a public appearance at something like Evo, there will be people who will be assholes to me just for the sake of doing it to try to make a name for themselves. And I don't know if I'm ready to deal with that kind of level of bullshit and immaturity. I don't want to hire a fucking bodyguard to walk around with me, you know what I mean? And I just know there would be people there who would probably try to fucking start trouble just because I am who I am and because I've been successful. That's it. We've got to take a shit on him because of that. And I don't know if I would want to handle it. Would I love to go back to Evo? At least once, yes. I would love one last time. Go to Evo, play Super Turbo, see people who I haven't seen in years, and kind of one more last hurrah, big bang, get it out of my system. But I don't know if I ever will, simply because of that reason. It's probably not worth the bullshit. Okay? Alright, so that is it for everyone for the weekend preview for July 27th. I hope that regardless of the fact that we're in the dog days of summer, that there are no new real game releases yet. I mean, Last of Us, sure, but it's not a new game. It's a game I've already played. I hope that you'll still check out my content. I'm doing my best to entertain you guys, you know what I mean? We're going to get there. Once we get to the end of August, we're golden for the rest of the year. We're going to be just swimming in new content, fun games, great stuff. But we have to actually get there, and we have got a month to get through. And I really would appreciate it if you check out my content, regardless of the fact that it's not brand new games, because I need you. I do. I need your support now that I'm out here in Washington. I've got all these bills to pay. I actually just got an update from my mom regarding my old place in Connecticut, saying it's almost done being renovated, probably another week or two, and it'll be done. And then my aunt's going to move in, and she's going to live there for a while, so I'm going to have all these extra bills coming in that I'm going to need to be paying, and I can't have a month with, oh, well, there's no new game, so I'll just see Phil in a month, you know? That would suck. I hope that I am at least working hard enough and entertaining enough for you that you will come and check out my stuff, regardless of the fact that it's not the biggest and newest stuff. But hopefully I will get a big surge at the end of, starting at the end of August, all through the hardcore gaming season, right? And my phone vibrates, and I look and I say, uh-oh, what is this? And I look, and it's an email from American Express saying that I had made an over $700 purchase at Macy's, and this was my account alert that this charge had been made. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that here where it's 2 a.m., I did not just make a $200 or $700 purchase at Macy's. So I had, unfortunately, the unfortunate situation where I had to deal with it in the middle of the morning. So I had to call Macy's. First woman I get on the line says that she cannot do anything about it because this charge is not posted yet. And I said, what does that mean? She says, well, what happens is they get an electronic notice in advance that a charge is coming. And that is what that was, and that's why I got the alert. But it didn't technically post yet, meaning the charge doesn't actually exist yet. If it does post later this week, I should call back and check to see if it posted and talk to them again. And I said, now let me get this straight. You emailed me at 2 in the morning my time to tell me someone charged $700 to my car. I'm calling you to tell you it's not legit, and you're telling me there's nothing you can do to help me, that I have to remember later this week to call you again. Why can't you just do it now? And she said, I'm sorry, sir, there's nothing I can do. I said, alright, fine, have it your way. Immediately, I want this card canceled. Send me a replacement with all new numbers and everything, because it's obvious someone must have gotten their hands on this card somehow, because I didn't charge $700 in the middle of the morning. It's preposterous, okay? But then I hang up, and now it's like almost, 3 in the morning, and I'm all stressed out. And I'm like, now wait a minute, this is bullshit. Because, this week you guys know, especially with my schedule this week, how busy it's going to be, right? And, it's going to be crazy amounts of gaming and stuff. No, I'm not going to immediately think, oh, gee, I have to go call American Express again every day to see if this fucking charge posted. This is bullshit. I want this taken care of. There should be a level of customer service where they take care of it. Not that the customer has to stay on top of it every day. So, I go into the bedroom, and Leanna is, in there tired, but she's not asleep yet because she wanted to know what happened. And I explained to her what happened. And I said, but unfortunately, it's not done yet. I'm going to call them back. I'm going to ask for a manager this time. And I'm going to say I want this elevated and taken care of tonight. Not 3 days from now that I have to call every day to get it taken care of. So, I walk in. As I'm walking into the bedroom, unfortunately, I slip. And my knee smashes into the corner of the bedpost. And I'm standing there like, oh, God, I could barely stand. My knee is killing me. I had to sit down like, oh, fuck me. I smashed my knee real freaking bad, right? But, of course, my night's not over. So I head back into my office while Leanna goes to sleep. I head back into my office. I call back. Was the issue, okay? My car, which is supposed to be delivered. First of all, we were hoping this car was going to be delivered last week. It didn't happen, okay? And then this car was supposed to be delivered sometime today. Now, I was supposed to get a call yesterday telling me the exact time that this car would be delivered, because today my rental car runs out. I actually need to return my rental car to the rental car, company today by around 7:30-ish p.m. my time. And then what I'm going to have to do is take a cab back here to my home, and, then I'll have my new car, which will have been delivered, okay? So the issue here is I didn't know what time the car was showing up. And I know that when it shows up, there's going to be paperwork I'm going to have to fill out, and get it into the lot or whatever. Not the lot, but my garage, etc. I'm not going to be able to be streaming, oh, the car's here, and just stop for a second and then start streaming it. It's not going to happen. It's going to be a big undertaking. Basically, when the car shows up, I'm not going to be able to be streaming anymore. So I needed to know what time is this car arriving. And yesterday, I'm waiting, and there's no freaking call. I'm like, where is this call to tell me when the car's coming? Then all of a sudden yesterday when I was streaming this game, Sniper Elite 3, at 6 p.m. my time, I get a voicemail, this is the shipping company, and we need to talk to you about delivery of your vehicle. Please call us back. Now, I was in the middle of streaming, and I was actually stuck in a particularly annoying and difficult boss fight, which, by the way, I have not... This is like... And luckily, thank goodness, the pain was gone in my neck, but I was just... I basically felt like all of the energy of my body had been sapped, Almost like a leech had come and just sucked the energy out of me. It was basically the compilation of a bunch of stuff happening, and me being out on Saturday, and I just felt so effing drained. And I was like, you know what? Rather than me, who took it upon themselves to use this opportunity to try to basically slander my name and say that Phil is a undependable person, He uses his fans. He lies to his fans and his viewer base. He's doing all kinds of underhanded stuff today that you don't know about and he doesn't want you to know about. That's why he's not streaming. So you should hate Phil because he's a dishonest piece of shit. And I wouldn't bring this up. It's an opportunity like that, and basically it's a moment of weakness for me, obviously. I wasn't feeling well. And to turn it into a way to basically make me look bad is insanely disrespectful, insanely unfair, insanely immature, and, you know, it's the same group of people who are still doing it. The people who follow me on Twitter, the people who subscribe to all my YouTube channels, and even are subbed here on Twitch, just to be negative about everything that I did. Wait a minute. So Phil secretly has some secret agenda that he's up to, and that's why he's not streaming today. No, I just didn't feel good. I was completely drained of energy, and I said, let me refresh myself for a day and come back strong on Monday, because I know starting Tuesday is this insane gaming marathon of new games that we're going to be doing throughout this week, throughout next week, throughout the rest of November, throughout December, probably into 2014, or 2015, excuse me. And I need that rest. Okay? So, the bottom line is, it got out of control, and of course you have all this crazy speculation. People actually went, if you can believe this, and I'm going to bring this up because it's absolutely ridiculous. People went to a outside forum from anything that I'm even related with. A forum that I've been posting on because I play a mobile game on my phone called WWE Supercard. Found out that there was an ongoing event that had been started on Wednesday, okay? An event that I had been playing since Wednesday, and it ended yesterday. Oh! That must be what it is. Phil just wants to sit and play WWE Supercard all day, so he lied to his fans and said that he's not feeling well, so he can play WWE Supercard. And it's like, anyone who actually had a fucking brain could have figured people will do this. Here's what happened. People actually went to the 2K forums, where I made a few posts about, you know, the game and the event, and started basically flaming, Phil's an asshole, he lied to his fans, he said that he was going to play Parasite Eve, and instead he played this game, fuck him. And the mods on the forum actually contacted me personally and said, what is going on? Why are these people here? And I explained, I said, I don't know. You tell, you know, this is the problem. These people literally stalk me everywhere that I go in my life. And, you know, just because I'm playing a mobile game, they've somehow rationalized that this is the reason why, you know, I changed my schedule today or whatever. And the forum, I'm 32 years old. Okay? I'm 32 years old. I don't care about drama. I don't care about, you know, any of this stuff. I don't. If I were maybe 16, I would care. Alright? I'm not. I'm twice that old, twice that age. I'm so past all of this petty nonsense. You know what I mean? But I guess that's not the case anymore. That's it. My whole life now has to be hidden and hiding from these people who literally stalk me at every moment because this is what they want to do. This is literally their free time. Their hobby is to stalk me and basically try to expose me for actually having an interest outside of, you know, something that's in the public eye. Now, unfortunately, what happens then is when you have a disconnect or a falling out with the people who have been running your website, you know, you don't really have much control over it. And what happened was, you know, after a day or two ago when the website basically got destroyed by an immature asshole, and then eventually the whole site got locked out and no one could even get into it, and it was a horrendous mess. I had to password lock the site, which eventually I figured out how to do thanks to someone else. But it is what it is. You know, that's life. Selfish, immature assholes who think that they're the most important thing on the planet and don't care about anyone else, regardless of the fact that they hurt more people than they help. Wow, it was real funny to destroy the website when people on there had won the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway, and now they can't get their stuff because all their personal information is lost, right? That was real funny. Or all the people who submitted questions for Ask the King, and all their questions are lost. Or all the people who made fan art. You know, they put time and work into fan art for, you know, future gameplay streams, and that's all gone too, thanks to this asshole. But, you know, it was real funny to get a momentary laugh, wasn't it? Har, har, har. Very hilarious. But that's the mentality of these people who apparently don't like me. So what can I say? I'm going to have to really seriously do some serious introverted thinking about, do I want to maintain a website like this? Because I don't know how to do it. And I'm always going to be reliant on others to figure it out. I'm always going to be reliant on others to run it for me, because I'm not going to learn web programming and all this shit, you know, when I have other stuff more important to do. Like, it's like I said the other day, all I really want to do is I want to play games and have fun. That's it. All the other shit around that is...
Well, you could have called first.